One of the things that I heard early on starting this process was if we as women don't have a seat at the table when policy is being written that impacts our lives, we're on the menu.
I'm a candidate for the United States Senate.
I'm running for the United States House of Representatives in Utah's 2nd Congressional District.
So I was the first woman elected at the Salt Lake County Council, one of 9, and I looked around and said, oh wow, this is interesting, right? And I felt really empowered in a way, but I'll tell you, I always felt like I had to be the smartest person in the room. And generally we only see 1 in 5 women in politics, and I think the balance is important.
So I think having female representation in our political environment is important for a lot of reasons. Right now in the Utah State Legislature, we're at about 20%. If we think about just the makeup of our society, of our community, it's really, 50-50, right?
I think for a long time women have sort of been left out of the conversation in politics, and they maybe have seen men in the role more often than not. And really, I think we're always as women the first to say, could I do that? When men really don't ask the question, they just go ahead and do it.
Women often stay out of the political arena for a variety of reasons. Something that I've learned here is that people who have young children just can't swing it, getting together the kind of help that they need to take care of their kid. And I think for many women, making that sacrifice is too much to ask. It's too much to do. Why the United States has yet to see a female president is a conundrum for me. It's been surprising to me that we just haven't even had that many options. So not just the debate over Hillary Clinton and her candidacy, but beyond that, the fact that she was our first is a real question about what's happening in our society. I do think a big part of it is that we don't have policies in the United States that help women that are family friendly. So whether that's things like leave when you have children or creating extra support, thinking about affording childcare, all of those issues are not a priority. People ask me all the time, what are you going to do in Congress? You're just one person. And I constantly think, do you ask my opponent that? Because he's also one person.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly have heard stories of women experiencing sexism, and I think that it can be mild or it can be overt. On its mild side, we get by as women. When it's overt, I think it can be quite damaging.
I know other female candidates get really hateful or really sexually explicit things sent to them, and it's completely inappropriate to think that taking a shot at a woman's weight or the way that she looks or, just like these surface level critiques that are deeply sexist and also deeply hurtful, it's not appropriate. People need to know that.
Well, I think Trump's been a disaster when it comes to women and what women believe and our values. And I believe that we've seen a lack of ethical leadership. And I think women should take his comments to heart and recognize that to restore America's greatness means restoring civility and respect. And as women, we have always sought that, right? We've been looking towards society to give us a chance. I think women, if they even have a little bit of inkling that they might want to run, need to step up and do it.
So I think people, again, all walks of life should run for office, and I want women in particular to hear this as an invitation. An important thing to think about when we're looking at political engagement is that it can be intimidating. It can be hard, I think, especially for women to put themselves out there and say, this is what I believe and I'm gonna work on it and I'm gonna work on it for you. And so I just really recommend get involved with a campaign because you start to realize like, I could do this. I'm proud that we have pretty good representation and diversity in terms of gender representation in our city council here in Salt Lake City, certainly on the county commissioners, but we could do a lot better. We can always do better.